Hello guys, happy Sunday. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things because I was just editing my vlog for this week and there were a couple things that I wanted to touch on. Last week was my last week in my first subbing position, and that when I was like in charge of the whole class and had to do grades and all that. We've talked about this ad nauseum. So I told all the kids that all of their work was due like the week before last, right? Because I needed time to get everything graded, and so nothing could be turned in last week. I had so many kids asking, well, when is all of our work due? I was like, last Friday. I already told you this many times. Oh, well, can I still turn stuff in? No. So I had a bunch of that going on, and then for the English essay, I had one kid not turn it in, and he also had a plagiarism issue in his first draft, and I told him, like, this is copied and pasted from Wikipedia, this is a plagiarism issue, if it is in your final paper you will get a 0, and like they knew that they were supposed to turn the paper in and everything. He never turned it in. So Thursday night, I got an email forwarded to me from my master teacher, and apparently what had happened while I was at the DMV, which was also a story in itself I will tell you about in a second. Okay, so here's what happened. He emailed me and said, why do I have an F in this class? And then he emailed me about 5 minutes later and said, I turned my paper in and I still have an F. Why is this happening, or something like that? This isn't justice. And then he sent me a bunch of question marks 3 minutes later, and like I was in the middle of going through the DMV, so like I was not paying attention to my email, right? So then like he, a couple hours later, emailed my master teacher and she forwarded it to me, and that's when I finally saw it. So I like went in and like looked to see who the student was, and sure enough it was the plagiarism student. And like I told her, I was like, look, he plagiarized and he knew he was supposed to turn it in, he didn't. And I like CC'd on her on emails back and forth to him, and I was like, you need to have it turned in by like this time tomorrow, or your grade will remain the same and your plagiarism has to be taken out, or your grade will stay at a 0, right? So he ended up turning it in, and I graded it and stuff, and it didn't have plagiarism in it. But yeah, it was just like this big thing, right? So that was fun. I just had a lot of kids just like asking, why do I have an F? I'm like, because you haven't talked to me all semester and you like haven't turned work in. So it's gonna happen at the end of every grading period, always. Anyway, okay, so DMV. So Scott and I went to the DMV to get our California licenses. So the one that we went to, the way it's all set up, it could turn into a catastrophe like so quickly. But these guys are a well-oiled machine, and they get people in and out and like moving and like get them to where they need to go. It is a little stressful because of that, just because you're bouncing around from like window to window and place to place and stuff. We were there probably close to like 2 hours, but we were like constantly moving and whatever. So they start you off in one line where you're like pre-screened basically, and like I think they make sure that you just have like all your paperwork together, and then you go see another person and he like checks all your paperwork and gives you like a number, and then you go into one of 4 lines. They have A, B, C, D, and they're all for different things, and from there you wait in line again to get inside. Once you get inside, you like go do an online like application for, at least for licenses and stuff, do an online application and get your confirmation number for that. And you go back outside around the building to another line to wait to come back into the building to get a seat to like wait it. And then from there, like you go to the windows and get your picture taken and all that stuff. And we don't have our licenses or like final registration because we still have to get an e-check. Our licenses will be mailed to us, and my license plate will be mailed to us in like 2 weeks, they said. So until then we have a temporary and we can use our Ohio licenses. But yeah, it was just crazy. In Ohio, we've been very fortunate that I've never waited probably more than like maybe 15 minutes at a DMV. And I've heard that like horror stories about DMVs, right? And everybody hates them. And until coming here to San Diego, I didn't know what like a bad experience at the DMV was. I look like a complete potato today. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I've been like cleaning all morning, so not sorry. What else is happening? Scott, I love Scott so much. So I wanted to show you guys this notebook that he got me. So my housemate, she was asking me, she's like what are some like ways to keep to-do lists? And I was explaining like how I use Google Keep and stuff. And she was like, well, I've heard of like this notebook, and she was explaining it to me, and then I looked it up, and it's called the Rocket Notebook, and it's a reusable notebook. So you use like a certain kind of pen, and then it gives you a microfiber cloth, and you like wipe the ink away with warm water. And it's got like QR codes on the pages so that you can scan them, and they like get uploaded to wherever you want them to go. Scott got me one. So now her and I both have one. So this is the one I chose. I did the letter size, top bound one. I can put a link to the Amazon, like I'll put the Amazon link down below. But this is so cool. So I haven't like actually tried it out yet, but the other day I was like messing around with it and like trying to read the instructions and stuff. But I'm really excited because like what I like to do is while I'm teaching, I don't like to type out notes. Like if a kid asks me a question, I'm like, oh, I will get back to you on that. I like to write it down because it's just quicker. Actually, like it's really strange, but it is quicker just to like write something down for me and then add it to a digital list. So with this, I can just like write all my notes down during the day, take a picture of it, send it to my work drive, and then erase the page. Yeah, so I've been messing around with this. I'm so excited. Like it was a surprise from Scott. Like just one day it showed up and he was like, oh, I think this package is for you. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Scott. Anyway, I don't remember where it was, but Scott and I just sat down and figured out how much it's gonna cost us to fly home for Christmas. I don't want to think about it. Anyway, so talked about the notebook. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Friday. I spent like a couple hours cleaning the entire house, and it was so nice and felt so good just to get everything not deep cleaned, but like medium cleaned. And yeah, it's just really nice to like start over fresh. And then my bedroom anyway, got messy again, and I was like, so I spent the beginning of today cleaning it, and now I feel better. So I feel like I can start this new assignment feeling good. All right, well, I have to go back out because I didn't get any of like our big bulky things yesterday. So like toilet paper, cat litter, stuff like that. And now I have to go do that. So I'm gonna go do that now. Thanks for listening. Fine. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is my Monday. So I am starting for my new teacher this morning, and I am in his classroom now, and it is a very different setup from what I had in my last class. So this room seems to be dark, smaller. And he doesn't have a teacher desk. This is like the first room I've ever been in that doesn't have like he has a teacher set up here. Let me show you. So he has this going on, but like nothing that faces the kids. So right now I am currently just trying to figure out like where I'm gonna sit, because it's actually very close to it's actually very close to like the kids' tables. And I don't really want to do that. I also don't want to have my back to them. So we'll see. Maybe I'll end up like standing a lot. He has a stool here, but it's still very close. So hopefully just none of the students like sit at the table right there. I don't know, we'll see. It's fine. It's a learning process right now. The other thing, so I don't know if I talked to you guys about this. There were about 4 people who really helped me at the start of like all of this. And I went to Aldi and I got 2 of these containers of disinfectant wipes, and then I got 2 spray disinfectants and some paper towels, and I'm giving them as thank you gifts because like I really appreciate like everybody helping me and stuff. And I figured disinfectant is like something that everybody wants right now, and I was like, oh shoot, they're gifts now. Like, when would we have thought that disinfectant would be gifts? Strange. So what else do I want to tell you about this morning? So I brought because I'm not actually like teaching, he's going to be teaching online. Like, they have all their stuff on Schoolology, so I'm not making lesson plans. I don't need to do anything. I brought a book. I'm trying to get through a bunch of books while I'm here, and I mean, maybe it'll turn out that like the kids need me more in this class. This is a freshman English class, so they may actually like, I may need to be like working with them a lot, but like in my experience, subbing is a lot of downtime, and if you don't have a book, you're like just going crazy the entire day. So I'm gonna try and get through a couple of books that I've been meaning to, because I haven't read in like forever. Like, actually, when I have downtime, I don't choose to read. And that's really strange, right? Because I'm an English teacher, and a lot of people think like, oh, you must read a lot of books. No, I actually don't prefer to read. I would much rather consume visual media and stories that way. Like, I will watch any documentary, informational video, like, let's go, I'll learn that way. I don't typically learn through books. Anyway, it's 10 minutes before the kids come. I'm gonna open my door. I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm about to do some DoorDash. Yeah, this whole like not getting paid for 2 months is kind of rough. Like, so I'm just trying to supplement right now with some DoorDash. Not super thrilled, not gonna lie. Like, I don't mind doing it. It's just like, I don't want to work extra, you know? Like, I have a college degree. I don't want to work extra. But anyway, we have Christmas that we have to like go home for and be able to do that. So, okay. Well, I'm going to start DoorDashing now, so see ya. My eye look got a little bit away from me. Oops. Now I gotta try to calm this down. Guys, a travesty has happened. I forgot to put mascara on this morning. Oh gosh. Oh, it's okay. I'm just kidding. But I was like driving into work, and I like looked in the mirror to check, because my eye look, you know, we talked about this, got away from me this morning. And I was like, okay, well, let's see what it looks like in the sunlight. And then I looked at and I was like, something is off. Like, I forgot mascara. So, I mean, at least I really don't see any teachers during the day, and the students don't really look at me because they're just doing their work the whole time. So it's not, honestly, it's not that deep. I'm just being ridiculous and making it a bigger deal than it is. I will forget about this in like 5 seconds when I start teaching. So when I start having students. What was the other thing I wanted to tell you guys? Shoot. Well, anyway, I'll write it down. I gotta get ready for class, so I'll tell you in like half a second. Good morning, guys. So I forgot yesterday, and not forgot. We'll get into that. I haven't washed our reusable masks, so I have to use these disposable ones. I hate these. I have like, I don't know, sensitive ears or something, and like they just hurt like the tops of my ears so bad. So like yesterday I had to wear one, and like I kept messing with it and it hurt, and now today I have to wear one. So there's that. So a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've been taking notes. So while I am subbing and I have a lot of downtime, I have started reading, and this is the first book that I am reading. It's Fragile Things by Neil Gaiman, and if you have a chance to read anything by Neil Gaiman, it's pretty good. So like, I taught one of his books, Ocean at the End of the Lane, when I was, oh gosh, still in college. It was like 2016. I don't know why I remember that. But I taught it then, and the kids really liked it, and I've read it a couple of times. This book, Fragile Things, is a book of short stories. So there's like, you just keep changing stories, obviously. And I'm trying to see how many pages it is. It's about 350 pages. I am currently there. That's the start of the book. I'm only about 100 pages in, I think, 116. It's a very adult book, so like if you're trying to recommend stuff to kids, don't recommend this. It's got like a lot of, like, not a lot, but it has like some F words. Mostly it's the content that is adult. There's some pretty dark stuff in here. But like he does have a bunch of children's books, young adult books. So he wrote Coraline. That is probably his like most known book. So for young readers, he's got The Mirror Mask, The Day I Swapped My Dad for 2 Goldfish, The Wolves in the Walls, and Coraline are the ones that this book recommends. So, but yeah, if you're into adult content, it's good. Ooh, I did my nails the other day, so I wanted to do like some Halloween nails, and I couldn't. This one is supposed to be bats, but like I couldn't do bats, so I just did polka dots. So I'm not mad at them. And like for this one, I switched up the like pattern. Yeah, I really like them anyway. I just want to show them off. I've started doing this thing on Instagram where I do Tiny Task Tuesday. I might have talked about it on here. I don't remember. I follow Jenna Fisher, or used to follow Jenna Fisher. I think I unfollowed her. I don't know. But she used to do Tiny Task Tuesday, and it was like those little annoying jobs that you keep putting off because they're so small, and you're like, oh, I'll get to it later. And they're kind of like annoying. So like mine, the first week were like refilling the extra toilet paper basket in my bathroom and refilling my contact solution, like super tiny tasks, right? So this week I was making a bunch of them like in preparation for Tuesday, this past Tuesday, and I had so many of them that Tiny Task Tuesday turned into a whole day of like having to do stuff. Yeah, so it was just like, it's amazing how quickly little jobs can add up and just turn into a whole day of like needing to do stuff. So that was fun. I've also but it's also happened that I've been wanting to make like full YouTube videos, but I just didn't know what to make them about. And I had a person comment on a couple of my videos, and she was saying, oh, I'm going to start student teaching in January, and I'd like to see like this video and this video and this video. And then like that led me to be like, oh shoot, I can make this one. And then I was talking to one of my friends because she was asking me about organization tips like a while back at the beginning of quarantine. And so she's really into that stuff, and she like wants to know like what I know basically. So I've been trying to think of like organization videos. And then as soon as like I started thinking about like teaching videos for my one subscriber, I was like, oh shoot, and I could do this for organization and this and this and this. So now it's gone from like having no videos to so many ideas, which is good. And I'm gonna try and get some filmed this weekend, maybe. We'll see. I wanted to do some yesterday, but yesterday like turned into a kind of crappy day, like really quickly. So I had a mess up with my bank, and like a bunch of bills that I paid got kicked back to my account, and the bank hit me with like 3 non-sufficient fund fees when I shouldn't have got those. So like I had to deal with calling them, and then like now I have to, like, my bills that got kicked back are still showing in, like, I have one for my cell phone and 2 credit cards, and like they're showing in my cell phone and credit card account that they're paid, but like the money is in my bank account. Like they couldn't have been paid. So now I have to like call them for the next couple of days to try and catch like the system seeing that they're not actually paid before I get like hit with fees on that. Like, and that got very overwhelming. And something else happened yesterday that was just very frustrating. But like that was the big thing that I was like, I don't want to deal with this. So like I kind of just took the day off. I was gonna DoorDash yesterday, and I was just like, no, it's not happening. Oh, I know what it was. I keep getting these calls. So we used to have Spectrum when we lived in Ohio for internet, and I keep getting calls from this number, and they'll call and I'll be like, hello, and they'll be like, hi, I'm so-and-so with Spectrum. We have something to tell you about your account, blah, blah, blah. and we just need you to verify your previous address where the account was. And I'm like, no, I will not do that. Listen, guys, if you don't know this, listen and hear me. If somebody ever calls you and asks you to verify information, do not give it to them. Like, that's not how it works. If a company is calling you, they will have your information. So they should not need to ask you that. So when I told them, no, I'm not going to do that, you need to just tell me what this is about. And he's like, oh, I can't do that until you verify your account. I'm like, well, okay, sorry about your luck, bye. So like that number keeps calling me, like the same number just keeps calling me. So finally yesterday I picked it up because I thought it might be like one of my bills calling me to be like, hey, something happened. So I picked it up and it was Spectrum again, and he did the same thing, like, you need to verify your address. I said, no, I've called customer service and asked them about it, and they've told me that there is nothing wrong with my account, that everything is fine. And he goes, oh, well, customer service won't have that information because the account is closed now, so you have to go into a store. And I'm like, dude, I'm in California. Like, I can't go into a Spectrum store. And he goes, oh, there are Spectrum stores in California. If you just give me your zip code, I can tell you where the closest one is. I said, nope, I can Google that. Thank you. Because, like, I'm not giving these people, I don't know who they are. I'm not giving them any of my information. Don't give people your information. That's a scam. So I found a Spectrum store and Scott and I went yesterday, and I told them what was happening. They said, no, we don't do that. Like, that's not a thing that we do. She's like, if you want to verify with customer service, like, call in there, make sure you talk to a person and just get it re-verified. So that's what I'm going to do that today. But it's just so annoying. Long story short, please don't get scammed, guys. If somebody ever asks you to pay in gift cards, if they tell you that they are the IRS calling you, telling you that they're the IRS, don't believe them. If they ever ask for information, like they call you unprompted and ask for information, do not give it to them. Yeah, just scams. I freaking hate scams. They're the worst. Anyway, okay, it's time for me to stop trying to save the world and open my door. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you're having a good day. Please don't get scammed. Okay, bye. Guess what? You'll be happy to know I remembered my mascara today. I did almost forget it though. I was getting ready to leave and I was like, oh no, my mascara, I forgot it. I have it separate from my bathroom where I get ready because I want to put it in a favorites video. So it's separate, which is why I keep almost forgetting it. So, all right, now I'm done. Bye.